Hey y'all, so for my COLLOGRAPH project, since we're studying artist Charlie Harper, I thought we could study some different insects, some that are native to our area, like the Luna moth. One of the cool things about insects is that they are symmetrical. So when I am planning my project for my COLLOGRAPH, I only really have to draw it one time, then I can cut it and trace it to get my other side, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. But just another cool thing, here's a little cool fact about them, is that they have this like tail thing right here, and what that is thought to do is mess up the echolocation of bats that might like to hunt and eat these things. So I did just a rough sketch of kind of what I'm thinking. I kind of want to have some elements of realism with the moth, and then maybe like something round that the moth is on top of with maybe some little swirls or curved lines out here. You can draw it in pencil or you can draw it in Sharpie. I think I'm going to go straight for drawing in Sharpie. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw this wing right here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and draw this bottom wing. And what I will do, even though the part of this bottom wing is hidden by this top wing, I'm still going to draw the whole wing. I'll draw it as if this is not blocking that. Okay? So I think I'm going to draw that. I'm just turning this so I have more space. So, and I always want the shiny side. That's what's going to get the glue on it. Okay? So I want to have the brown stuff facing up all the time. So that's why I'm going to flip this one over when I trace it, so that even though right now I see the shiny side of this, it'll end up being this cardboardy side of that one. So basically anything that is raised will have more ink than anything that is lowered. And yours does not have to be this complex. Okay? I actually want the body to look like it's not as high up as everything else when it prints. It might even stay the white of the paper or the color of my paper. So that'll just go like that. That'll go on top. So it's like putting together a puzzle, and you got to think about the steps with which you want everything to go. I think that might be the winning combination. Alright, so I might, if I can, very carefully kind of make some marks where things go. Not all the way, just enough to give me some information. Alright, so I know that that one's going to go approximately there. Again, I'm going to flip it over, put my glue on the shiny side. And I think that is a really good design. I really like it. I think it's going to be interesting. So now what I've got to do is I've got to set that aside. I've got to let it dry. So what I'm going to do is I will revisit this probably tomorrow to do my printmaking. Alright y'all, so now that our COLLOGRAPH plate is fully dry, everything is glued down, it's well secured, none of this is going anywhere. Now I mean if I ripped at it, I could take it off, but we're not going to do that. So I'm going to show you how to make a print with this, but first I'm going to show you an alternative method in case you don't have paint. Now, I want to be careful when I tape my COLLOGRAPH plate. I don't want to rip it. So I'm going to just tape a little on the edge right here, on the top edge. Notice I'm as close to the edge of my plate as I can be. Because also that tape, if you feel it, you can feel some of the tape. So that may show up in my rubbing. that's pretty cool and pretty fun. So the areas that are higher are going to show darker because they are closer to us. And when you untape it, you want to be really careful that you don't pull it too hard, okay? It's not like ripping off a Band-Aid. You don't want to rip your paper. Very cool. I think that looks amazing. Paint it on there and let it dry. So what this is going to do is act like a barrier. So you kind of hold it with one hand and kind of smooth or press. We call this burnishing with the other hand. And I'm just going to grab a corner and I'm going to lift off. And I'm going to lift carefully, okay, because I still don't want to accidentally peel. And it's taken a little of the cardboard, but not nearly as much as it did earlier. Okay, so that is much better. Okay, so this brush right here is dirty, and rather than let it dry and die, I'm going to stick it in a container of water very quickly so that I don't waste a brush. Notice I'm going slowly. Okay, so that's neat. That might be my favorite one so far.